Her skin was cold beneath the fluorescent morgue light. I reached for her hand, my sister's hand, once steady on a service weapon, now limp on stainless steel, when the coroner stopped me. "Sir, don't move. Look." His gloved finger traced the small, perfect entry wound in her chest. My eyes locked there, refusing to blink. "The bullet's here," he whispered, but something else came with it. He slid the tweezers in. Metal scraped faintly against flesh. When he pulled back, I expected a fragment of lead. Instead, his face froze. His hand trembled. Between the tips dangled something impossibly out of place. Not metal, not bone, a ring. Gold, thin, bent at the edge. Still clinging to the groove of a bullet. I stared at it, my throat locked shut. Recognition hit before thought could catch it. The engraving was scratched but visible. 3 letters, my wife's initials. The room spun, yet I stood perfectly still. Silence closed in like a noose. Something had slipped with that bullet. Not just metal, not just death. A secret. A name I already knew. And suddenly, my sister's murder was no longer just a tragedy. It was a message. Grief has a way of blinding you, but betrayal sharpens everything. I didn't react in that room, didn't question how her ring, my wife's ring, ended up jammed behind a bullet in my sister's chest. I walked out steady, but inside, 1,000 fractures split through me. She wore that ring every day, always twisting it when she lied about something small. Where she'd been, who she was texting, why she came home late. I'd seen the nervous habit 100 times. I never asked. Now those 3 letters glared back at me like a confession carved in gold. I replayed the last week. The late-night phone calls muffled in the bathroom. The car that wasn't in the driveway when I woke at 2 a.m. Her sudden sympathy for my sister's recklessness on the job. At the time, I told myself I was paranoid. Marriage teaches you to doubt yourself before you doubt them. But standing in the morgue, with my sister's blood cooling inches from my shoes, I stopped doubting. The betrayal wasn't just marital, it was intimate, professional, fatal. And if I pushed the thought further, one question burned louder than the rest. Did my wife know? Or worse, did she help? I didn't accuse, I didn't break, I observed. Her eyes were restless that night when I came home. She asked how my sister looked. She didn't touch me. Her ring was missing. She claimed she left it at the gym. I nodded, said nothing. I started small, accessing my sister's final case files. Every arrest she made, every enemy she pressed. A pattern formed. Drug runners, a tight circle of smugglers with police leaks on payroll. My wife's brother had been arrested once, years back, for the same trade. He vanished before trial. I asked her casually one morning, pouring coffee, "Do you ever hear from him?" She flinched before answering. That was enough. I checked her phone. Late-night calls to numbers unlisted. Deleted messages synced to a cloud she forgot I controlled. Fragments surfaced. He doesn't know yet. She had to be stopped. After this, we're clear. Each word cut cleaner than the last. I ordered a DNA swab from the coroner, just in case. The ring carried touch. It did. Her print, partial but distinct, burned into the metal. She couldn't explain that away. But I didn't confront. Not yet. I wanted silence to ripen, suspicion to thicken, until the truth was undeniable. When the coroner's report arrived, I read it twice, then once more. The bullet lodged in my sister carried trace oils from more than one surface. The ring wasn't accidental. It was pressed there before the shot, almost like a marker, almost like a warning meant for me. That night, I placed the report on our kitchen table. No words, just paper. She entered, saw it, froze. Her lips parted, but nothing came. "Why?" I asked. A whisper, brittle. I didn't mean for it to go that far. Not denial, not confusion, admission. Her shoulders collapsed. She cried, gasped, reached for me. I didn't move. The silence around her sobs was louder than any confession. I slid the ring across the table. It clinked softly against the report. Her hand hovered, trembling, but I didn't let her touch it. "You wore this while you planned with them," I said. "You twisted it while you lied to me. And you left it on her bullet like a signature." Her face broke open. Tears, apologies, frantic explanations about pressure, family, survival. I listened. Every word made her smaller. Then I stood, calm, precise. "The detectives will be here in 10 minutes. Her eyes widened. "You wouldn't." "I already did." She collapsed in the chair, sobbing into her hands. For the first time, I felt nothing. They took her away in silence. No fight left. No illusions left either. I stood at the doorway, watching the patrol car pull out. Lights low, no sirens. Appropriate. Quiet. Inside, the kitchen reeked of her perfume and lies. The ring still sat on the table. I left it there. My sister's death had become her verdict. My grief had sharpened into justice. I didn't win, I didn't lose. I simply saw the truth, and I refused to look away. That was enough. As I shut off the kitchen light, the room fell into blackness. And so did everything I once felt for her.